Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Flow English. I'm your host, Alex. Whether you are driving to work, cooking dinner, or just relaxing on your sofa, I am so happy you are here with us today to practice your English listening.
Hi everyone, I'm Jamie. It is wonderful to be back on Flow English.
Today, we have a topic that is becoming very popular, but maybe for the wrong reasons. We are talking about self-help. You know, books about success, motivational videos, and podcasts about how to be a billionaire.
Yes, it is a huge industry, billions of dollars.
Exactly. But today, we are asking a difficult question. Can you be addicted to self-help? Is it possible that reading too many books about success is actually stopping you from being successful?
That is the big question, Alex. And the short answer is yes, absolutely.
Wow, that sounds strange. Usually we think reading is always good. Jamie, start by telling us, what does self-help addiction actually look like?
Well, Alex, imagine this. You have a problem. Maybe you want to get fit or learn English or start a business. You buy a book about it. You feel great. Then you buy another book. Then you watch 5 hours of YouTube videos about the best morning routine.
Okay, I have definitely done that.
We all have. But the addiction starts when you spend all your time learning about the solution, but zero time actually doing the work. You become a professional student of life, but you never actually live it.
That is a very powerful phrase, a professional student of life. So why do we do this? Why does it feel so good to just read and watch videos?
It comes down to brain chemistry, specifically a chemical called dopamine.
Ah, I have heard of dopamine. It's the happy chemical, right?
Exactly. Here's the trick. When you buy a self-help book or you save a motivational video to your watch later list, your brain releases dopamine. You feel satisfied. Your brain thinks, good job, you solved the problem.
But I haven't solved the problem. I just bought the book.
Your brain doesn't know the difference. It feels the reward before you do the work. This is what we call the illusion of progress. You feel like you are moving forward, but you are standing still.
That is actually quite scary. It explains why I have 3 French textbooks on my shelf, but I still can't speak French. Jamie, I want to ask you a personal question. You know a lot about this topic. Have you ever been addicted to self-help?
Oh, definitely. A few years ago, I was obsessed with hustle culture. Do you know what that is?
Hustle culture. Is that the idea that you must work 18 hours a day, never sleep, and always be productive?
Yes, that's it. I was watching videos every day about successful CEOs. They all said, you must wake up at 4 a.m. So I tried it.
4 a.m. That is very early.
It was terrible. I woke up at 4 a.m. I was tired. I was grumpy. I sat at my desk and stared at the wall for 2 hours because my brain wasn't awake. But I told myself I am successful because I'm awake.
So you were tired and unproductive, but you felt superior.
Exactly. I was miserable. I was reading 3 books a week about productivity, but I was doing a bad job at work because I was so tired. I was addicted to the advice, but the advice was actually hurting me.
I think a lot of our listeners can relate to that. We try to copy the habits of famous people, but we forget that we are all different.
Right. That is the danger. We look for a magic pill. We think, if I just find the right book, my life will be perfect. But life is messy.
So, Jamie, apart from waking up at 4 a.m., what are some other symptoms? How can our listeners know if they are stuck in this trap?
I think the biggest symptom is procrastination by research.
Can you explain that?
Sure. Imagine you want to start a podcast, like Flow English. What's the first step?
I guess buy a microphone and record something?
Ideally, yes, but a self-help addict will spend 3 months researching microphones, then 2 months researching the best software, then another month reading about how to speak with confidence. 6 months later, they haven't recorded a single word.
That is classic overthinking.
Yes, it's fear dressed up as work. You're afraid to start, so you hide behind the research. You tell yourself, I'm not ready yet. I need one more book.
That hits home. I remember when I started going to the gym, I spent weeks looking for the perfect workout plan. In the end, my friend just said, Alex, just go and lift something heavy.
Your friend is wise. Action is always better than perfection.
Jamie, we actually have a question from a listener of Flow English. This is from Sarah.
Oh, great. What does Sarah ask?
Sarah writes, "Hi, Flow English team. I love reading self-help books. They make me feel inspired and hopeful. If I stop reading them, I feel like I will lose my motivation. Is all self-help bad?"
That is a beautiful question, Sarah. Thank you. The answer is no. Self-help is not bad. It is a tool, like a hammer.
A hammer?
Yes, you can use a hammer to build a house, or you can use it to hit your own thumb. The tool is neutral. The problem is how we use it.
So how should Sarah use it?
She mentioned that books give her motivation. That is great. But motivation is like fuel in a car. If you fill the car with fuel but you never drive anywhere, the fuel is useless.
That is a great metaphor. So Sarah needs to start driving.
Exactly. Sarah, if you read a book that says, be kind to your neighbors, close the book and go say hello to your neighbor. Don't start the next chapter yet. Convert the inspiration into action immediately.
Okay, Jamie, let's get practical. We have about 3 minutes left. What is the solution? How do we break the addiction and start doing real work?
I have a strategy called just-in-time learning.
Just-in-time learning. What does that mean?
Most people do just-in-case learning. They learn things just in case they need them in the future.
Like me learning French vocabulary for a trip I might take in 5 years?
Exactly. Stop doing that. Only learn what you need for the problem you have right now.
Can you give us an example?
Sure. Let's say you want to cook a specific dinner tonight. Do you read a whole textbook on the chemistry of food?
No, I just Google the recipe for that one dish.
Correct. You get the information, you use it, and you move on. Treat self-help the same way. Do you have a problem with stress? Read one article about stress, apply the technique, and stop. Don't read about how to make $1 million if your problem is stress.
Focus is key. Solve one problem at a time.
Yes. And my second tip is the creation ratio.
What is the ratio?
Create more than you consume. If you watch a 10-minute video, you should spend 30 minutes working on your project or practicing your English.
That is a tough rule, but I like it. It forces you to be active.
It changes your mindset. You stop being a consumer and start being a creator.
Jamie, this has been incredibly helpful. Before we go, do you have one final quote or thought for the Flow English community?
I do. There is a saying, you cannot plow a field by turning it over in your mind.
Oh, I like that. You have to actually go out into the field and work. Thinking isn't enough.
Precisely.
Well, friends, you heard it here first. Put down the book, turn off the YouTube video, well, after this podcast finishes, and go do something small today.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
This has been Flow English. Remember to subscribe for more conversations, but only if you promise to practice what you learn. See you in the next episode. Bye.
Goodbye.